Oh no, I'm screwed. Welcome back to the channel, folks, and yes, I have completed the Pac-Man game. This is a disaster, but I put it together, and how glorious is this thing? Take a look at that. 40th anniversary. It says it right there. This thing is great. The house is a mess. Look at this. But we are on now, I think, week 3, where the wife and daughter are on their annual girls trip back east. So I am barely surviving this week. A few exciting moments where the dog ran out in the backyard and got nailed by a skunk and then brought it back into the house. So I hope to God that smell goes away before my wife comes home. It was horrible. Hosed him down. I had no tomato sauce, so I put ragu all over him, lemons and all kinds of stuff, but he's almost back to normal. So what a week it has been. Did talk to our housekeeper about trying to kill me with leaving the stove on, and she was very apologetic. So those of you who made comments thinking I should have been angrier, not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna let it bother me, but I definitely talked to her so that doesn't happen again. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, thank you for doing this, because I know I'm a mess. And,
Jimmy not here.
2 more weeks, or another week and a half.
Another week and a half.
She'll be back.
Yeah,
so don't tell her how bad I screwed up the house.
No,
it's our secret.
I promise.
And then, no big deal. But last week or 2 weeks ago,
2 weeks ago,
when you cleaned the stove, it looked amazing. But you turned the gas on.
Oh
so I smelled it upstairs. I came down, and so I almost blew myself up. So just make sure those. And you're awesome.
Sorry.
No, it's just
Thank
you.
you for letting me know.
Yeah, no. And now let's talk about today's video. I'm going to take you all with me to Beverly Hills. I'm going to go get my haircut because it's been 5 months since I had my haircut. And no, I'm not a princess. That's not why I'm going to Beverly Hills. It's just where the guy is that does it for me, and he's awesome and shares a lot of great connections he has with me as well. And then I'm going to see what kind of footage I can get out in Beverly Hills. Maybe we'll find some cool cars. Who knows with the coronavirus lockdowns going on, but I'm going to take you with me just in case there's something there. And today's topic I'm going to share with you, I've told you from the beginning, I'm going to be transparent and open about everything I do. I mean, as much as I can share with you, I'm going to share. And when it comes to this Hellcat, I bought it back I think in February. Late January, early February, and you all watched hopefully the first video where my wife was really upset, and I told her that my YouTube channel would make the car payment. I'm going to show you all how that has fleshed out so far, and my forecast between now and the end of the year, and how I believe, pretty reasonably sure, that I'm going to end this year where this Hellcat total payments are going to be less than about $200 for the whole year. So that's amazing. Imagine this, if you can have a Hellcat Redeye for a whole year and have only $150 worth of car payments for the whole year. Separating insurance and other costs out, just the car payments. And I'm going to show you how I did that and how you can do that too. So stay tuned, let's roll the intro.
Now allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J.O.N. to the easy E. Know that we undefeated.
All right, folks, I'm down here on Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills. It's a beautiful day. It's hot. It's hot as hell out here today. But I thought, since so many of you, and myself included, have been locked up for so many months, that it'd be cool to come out, spot some really cool cars, get some great footage, and share it with you all before we talk about how much I have made off of YouTube, how much of that revenue is paid, the payment on my Hellcat, and how you can do the same thing. Some tips and tricks that I've learned the hard way over the last couple of years. But first, let's roll that footage.
Hey man, we on Rodeo with these rich at, man. You need to get here and shop till you drop, bro. Right, Sirski, we out here, gang gang.
See you, man. This dude is totally cruising. He's been cruising all day, up and down, up and down, up and down, which tells me it's he's either recently divorced or renting a Rolls Royce. Love that dude.
You know that this right here, and then we'll allow me to reintroduce myself. They call me J-O-N to the easy E-N. Know that we undefeated, y'all are beneath them speeches trying to air it. Think about time for a toast. Time that we both gonna go. Yo, when it's leaving, I think about time that somebody go get on that coat. You know I got all that anthem, come back in, what you call that add-on. Got anthems and bands with masters, getting them right like my name was Miranda. I ain't bigger dead than alive, I ain't bigger dead than alive. One more time, this is forever, remember the legend, he never gon' die, yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive, bigger dead than alive. I ain't bigger dead than alive, dead than alive, yeah. I ain't bigger dead than alive, bigger dead than alive, blah, blah, blah. Just making sure that you know why, because this is...
This guy thinks he's gonna take off. Driving around with the wings up.
It's forever, you know, this life is forever, no surrender. It's forever, you know, this right here forever. I am just leaving a legacy. I am the one that they paid to see. Got something to say to me, say, you know I've been waiting so patiently.
Hey, check out my channel, man. It's all challengers and chargers and shit.
Are you oh hella.
YouTube.
Hey, I'm gonna look you up on YouTube.
Yeah, subscribe.
So appreciate you.
Don't jump.
Hey man, what's your YouTube?
OCMotivator.
What?
OCMotivator.
Coming down.
Check it out. You guys will be on it. First one to fall off the roof wins.
You have 21K?
Yeah.
Are you gonna post this video?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I got you.
Subscribe to OCMotivator.
Subscribe to OCMotivator.
Awesome. Take care. All right, so we saw some cool cars. This place is never disappointing, except for on Sundays, then it's always disappointing. But on Saturdays, you come down here to Rodeo Drive in Beverly Hills, and you will be blown away by the cars you see. And you just never know who's driving them either. So I'm horrible at recognizing celebrities, so Brad Pitt could have been in front of me. I wouldn't have known who the hell it was. But if you're ever down here, check it out Saturday nights. It's going to be crazy later on, but I'm not going to be here because I need to get home and shoot the rest of this video and share with you all how much I've made, how much I am making, going to make, and how I'm going to get this Hellcat for free this year. See you in a second. All right, listen to this. That sound. What's up? See you on YouTube. Listen to your little Mercedes, listen to hardcore rap music, you gotta love that. It's freaking great. All right, here we are in the home office. Let's go ahead and get down to business. So today, I promised I'd share with you kind of the business end of this whole YouTube car channel thing that I've been doing this last 3 years, and I will just tell you, it has not been easy. The first year was the hardest, and it was the hardest because I had trouble staying committed and being consistent. And the second year, a little bit better, but still struggling. The last year, this past year, half of the year was good because I decided that I'm going to take this just deadly serious and make it happen. So I do want to preface this with, I don't need for the trolls, I don't need the revenue from YouTube to be able to keep my car. I qualified for this car based on my other job and the income I make there, and I could pay for it without the YouTube channel. Thing is I love doing this, and I told my wife at the beginning that I would absolutely make this car pay for itself with my OCMotivator business. And that is a challenge that I've put before myself to succeed with. And no question, it's sometimes challenging, and you get some hurdles thrown in front of you that are a little too high to get over, but you still push through. So I'm hoping this video will be inspirational to all of you who have been asking me for help with your YouTube channel, that while it seems frustrating right now, that over time it gets better. It is a slow process, and no question, I have not arrived. I have a long ways to go, and I certainly am not making a fortune on YouTube, but when you look at how I'm breaking down the business end of it, I think it'll make sense, and I'm just going to prove it to you. I'm going to be transparent like I've told you all I would always be. So let's go ahead and go over and just look at this. Whoop, do I have it? Yes, I do. All right, so let me show you all I just want to be honest and transparent with you all and show you the AdSense account. So you can see where I'm at. In January, 2281 or 2251, 1084 in February, March, 671. Coronavirus screwed YouTube revenues, and it started to drop. And I started to think, uh-oh, I'm not going to be able to prove to my wife, the CEO of this business, that I'm actually going to be able to deliver a profit, or at the very least get this car paid for, and I'm going to have been wrong, and she's going to have a field day with that. Then 977 in June is what I got paid, and now in July, I will show you, I will be paid $1,413. So its AdSense hasn't updated yet. The funny thing about this is the actual amount that it landed on the last the first day of the following month, first day of July, when it told me what June was going to be, was $1,417, which happens to be the car payment on the Hellcat. How weird is that? I mean, that's just deja vu. It's crazy. It's, you know, this is meant to be type stuff. So that's the revenue where I'm at right now. So I went ahead and created this short little slideshow so you all can see the breakdown of this business. Remember, this is just car payments. This is not insurance and other expenses, mods on the car, tires, and that kind of stuff. I haven't had to do much of that stuff because coronavirus had us locked down, but nonetheless, this is just car payments, and that was my first objective. Let's just get the car to pay for the payments on it, and that'd be great. After that, we'll go after the rest of it with an entire P&L, which I've definitely got, and I could share with you in another video. But let's get started. Here, the Hellcat Redeye expense, just the car payments versus revenue year to date. And basically, if you look at this, you've got the car payments in red all the way across. You've got the revenue that I've brought in. Basically, I've had $12,085 with my down payment go out, and $7,860 come in. That's $4,225 this car has cost me year to date. So to me, that's cheap. I don't know, do the math with it, $600-700 a month or something like that on average. So this car is actually costing me less than what my Scat Pack cost me last year, because I'm actually making the business work a lot better and more efficiently. So that's the breakdown there. I think my effective payment on this car is probably less than a lot of your payments out there. And this, by the way, this is why I financed it, because I would never get my return on my investment back the first year anyways. So, and all this is before you even figure in the tax benefits. So here's the expense forecast. So of course you got to project things out in business. I got to figure out where do I want to go and then keep me accountable to driving this revenue. And I went ahead and forecasted this out. And by the way, I forecasted this out probably in January, February, maybe mid-February, I forecasted this out. And I've had to completely revise it because of coronavirus. It killed ad revenues for about 3 months. So now things need to come back. I would expect I would be higher than I am right now if it wasn't for coronavirus. So, but that's just an excuse, I guess, because I could have just shot more videos, I guess. I'm only one person, though, so I had to do what I could do. So here's the breakdown. If you look at Get Through July, when I broke even, and then every month moving forward, based on the numbers I already see happening in July, which will pay out in August, are already looking like I will either hit or surpass the $1,600 target. And then in September, the $1,800, and then $2,000, and $2,100, and $2,200, just on ad revenue. This is not factoring in any other revenue sources, which I'll share with you in a second, where those will be coming from, and some has come from there already. So that means I will be out $19,170 on car payments, and I will bring in $17,560. That's the objective. That's the forecast. Now, if I'm short, I'm short. If I'm over, even better. But that leaves me with a $1,610 final cost for the whole year for the payments on that car, because of the work I do on YouTube, which, by the way, I enjoy. It's a release. It's fun for me. So, you know, some people can say that's an expense, your time. Well, my time is doing something I love to do, so I don't consider it an expense. It's a blast, and it's helping pay for this awesome car I've got. So, to wrap up, there's no revenue from these other sources, but here's the sources that absolutely can drive revenue and are driving a little bit of revenue to me now. merchandise sales. If you've bought a shirt or a hat or whatever else, all the stuff on OCMotivator.com, thank you. You've helped contribute. I've made, a few $100s on profit on that stuff, and it's starting to grow a little bit more every single month. My channel's still small, so it is what it is, but I'm not going to let up. Got some really cool stuff on there, so check it out. Show your commitment to achieving your goals and helping others achieve theirs by wearing this merch. Next, Amazon Associates affiliate. I'm one of those also, and you'll see links in my descriptions periodically. And when you buy the things like the bug assault gun that I put on one of my last videos, I end up getting paid. And the funny thing is a whole bunch of people bought those bug assault guns off of my channel. I would have not thought that. I just threw the link in there after the fact, and a bunch of people bought those things. So I threw some change in my pockets on that one. Vendor discounts. At 21,000, I get discounts. I generally don't get sponsorships, but I'll get discounts on stuff from my car. If I just ask respectfully, a lot of these vendors are willing to step up and help out, which is kind of cool. Next, but I'm cautious who I do and what they want for it, because if I don't like the product, I'm not going to support it just because somebody gave me a discount. Next, YouTube sponsorships. I've had 4 or 5 sponsorships brought to my attention in email, and I didn't trust them. I wasn't into the company, wasn't into the products weren't associated with cars, or they just weren't, and it doesn't have to always be cars, but it wasn't going to fit with who I am, and I think it was going to do more damage to my channel than good. So down the road, no question, when the right sponsorships come along, as the channel gets big enough to attract those, I will most certainly look into those and consider them. But right now, I probably wouldn't be willing to take a sponsorship unless it was just a super reputable company, and they're probably not going to sponsor a 21,000 subscriber channel. So that's going to be down the road revenue and income. And then lastly is the tax laws for small businesses. Everything I do is a write-off. Everything to do with the car is a write-off. So I'm not going to give all the stuff because I'm not a tax expert, but I can tell you my tax person thinks this is the best thing in the world, having this small business. My attorney also believes that I would qualify for the coronavirus money if I went and applied in the forgivable loans, but I'm not doing that stuff right now because my business it's not losing a ton of money, and it's actually has a great projected trajectory. It's going in the right direction, so I'm happy with that. So with that, folks, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's video where I will go into much more detail on how to get your channel up and running and circle it around your Dodge Challenger or Charger or whatever car you have, and we'll continue to do some fun mods on my car. This is not just going off into YouTube tutorials, but I thought so many of you have asked me that I would try and help you. So with that said, folks, have a wonderful, wonderful week. Thank you for watching. Please like, please subscribe. Take care. Bye.
Awesome. Take care. It'll be tomorrow. All right, take care. Thanks, man. You too.